Well, I'm now joined by Pontsho Pilane from the Soul City Institute. A very good afternoon to you, Pontsho. Thanks very much for your time. You've called this pause of foreign aid funding by Donald Trump a quote-unquote direct attack on the health, rights, and lives of women, girls, and marginalized communities across the globe, including South Africa.
Yes, exactly, Vuyo. That's what we said. And this is because of not only has there been an executive order onto the foreign aid funding and the freeze that will happen for the next 90 days, but what Donald Trump did as well, which is something that we have seen before, is that he also made an executive order to reinstate the global gag rule, which is the rule that no foreign aid can be used to promote, to refer, or to even discuss abortion by those who receive those funds. And when we look back to his presidency in 2017, we can already see there's data and evidence-based research that shows that this was completely devastating, not only to sexual reproductive health and rights, but also to maternal health care, to HIV care, and other integrated health services. So this is definitely a direct attack onto the rights of many people.
Well, the health minister says, even though we've seen Donald Trump at what he has said about reinstating this gag rule, there has been no formal communication just yet. And from what they've heard, there is a 90-day review period. Does that give you some hope?
To be quite honest, thinking back to the devastation of the global gag rule, particularly in 2017 when he came into office, and the fact that in South Africa, one of the kind of clauses within the global gag rule is that the global gag rule cannot override the laws of a country. And because we have the Choice of Termination of Pregnancy Act, we would think, or legal experts that I spoke to at the time, said that we should be protected. However, because of fear, because of intimidation, we saw a lot of US-funded organizations still not performing, referring, or even speaking about abortion services out of fear of the retribution that will result from that. So as Soul City, we're not so hopeful, but we're really calling on other governments, other philanthropic organizations to come up and for us to resist this together, because it's not only affecting us here in South Africa, it's affecting the majority world.
Well, I mean, the minister did touch on that they are already, or they were supposed to have a meeting with Treasury yesterday to discuss this very same matter, but he did also give an indication that they will be engaging other donors. You know, he made examples with the Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, for example, to try and see if they can have conversations with such people with a view, of course, to see whether, in fact, they can come in.
Yes, and that's really great news. You know, as Soul City, we're already a partner of the Department of Health, and we do a lot of work with them. And we're really looking forward and are hopeful that those conversations really go well and that they yield the results that we require. Because what happened in the first term of Trump's presidency was really devastating to healthcare, particularly sexual and reproductive health rights, which are enshrined in our Constitution in South Africa. So we would not want to see those same impacts happen again. And we'd like to also see that those other partner organizations, many of them who have been affected by the freeze, foreign aid freeze for the next 90 days, we'd like to see ourselves work with them again and continue the partnerships that have really helped enable accessible healthcare to many, many people and to supplement what the government is already doing.
I mean, outside, obviously, of the government, which the minister indicated, they are having or they're supposed to have these conversations, and they are prioritizing the matter, because at the end of that 90-day review period or whatever, no one should, for instance, discontinue taking their ARVs because the consequences will be dire. What then becomes the responsibility outside of whatever government is doing and the conversations it is going to enter into? What becomes the role of organizations like yours, but also broadly, just civil society, including business?
Yes, that's a very good question. And I think for us at Soul City, we're continuing to do the education in all 9 provinces around HIV prevention, treatment, how to prevent pregnancies, and all the other services, all the other health implications that not getting these services are doing. In fact, we have already gotten calls or even messages, people worried and asking us, what can I do? I used to go to so-and-so NGO to get my medication every month. And what we're doing is that we're really encouraging people to go to the nearest healthcare facility, government healthcare facility, where they can be helped as well. But I think this is a call for us as South Africans, I think, as different sectors in society to really resist this backward ideological assault really on the rights of particularly marginalized people, that we shouldn't just see this as, we should see this for what it is. And this is about an agenda to discriminate, to ensure that certain kinds of identities in this world that we've seen in the lead up to the Trump presidency, the Republican Party has taken, those ideologies are different, and we need to stand up against those, especially now more than ever.
Besides, it is indeed a big blow to the world's response to the pandemic, isn't it?
No, definitely it is. And I think we need to realize that there has been a political or an ideological shift in belief systems where we seem to be regressing into really, for a lack of a better word, backward thinking around gender, around health even. And this is what we need to fight, because this is how we've ended up with a president of one of the most influential countries in the world, making such decisions that have such detrimental and devastating effects on everyone else.
Pontsho, Pilane, let me thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.